Hey guys, today we're going to jump into God Rank Grind number 77. I did forget to record like the end of season PvP screen to show my rank, but we did obviously get God Rank. And I just wanted to make sure I showed the team screen here to show you guys what the team I used was. It is just a future team with Ultra Cell. I did not use Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta for this God Rank. I'm going to use him in the next one, just because I think the next... this upcoming release at the end of March, I think, should be the final piece of the puzzle for Daima. So I'll probably end up just using both Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta plus whatever the new Daima character is together for the next God Rank video. And this is I didn't use Cell in the last God Rank video, so I wanted to make sure Cell had his like own dedicated God Rank video here. Now there are multiple ways I think you can go about putting together a future team. I think no matter what though, you definitely want to use Cell plus Future Gohan and Trunks. Those are just the two characters that are dominating the game right now. Those two characters essentially right now control the entire game. The third character is kind of just down to preference. I think when it comes down to it, my two picks for the third character are number one, Super Trunks, which is what I ended up going with. This is more of a defensive team. And there really aren't, again, that many good blue characters right now besides Future Gohan and Trunks. So, I mean, you're not really going to run into like... every now and then you'll run into Turles, every now and then you'll run into Blue 17, but other than that, you don't really see a ton of blue units. So I don't really feel too uncomfortable running double red, especially because Trunks can really handle blue characters anyway in terms of defense. So I went with these three characters, and then the other thing you could change is Mai. You don't actually need to run an HP buffer, but I just thought Mai with the 25% HP is just way too powerful not to run. Something else you could do here actually is throw on the red Zenkai, like normal Zamasu, not Fusion Zamasu, the red, like really old red Zenkai Zamasu. He would Zenkai buff both Cell and Super Trunks. So you could actually get double Zenkai buffs on both of them. That's a really strong option as well. I just opted to go with the HP because I think it's going to help Trunks a little bit more, and he's a pretty important piece to this team. If you don't want to run Trunks, I think actually a good alternative is believe it or not, Ultra Rose is a really, really good fit on here. Ultra Rose, I feel like, is actually in a really good spot. I would say he's, one of the better offensive characters right now. Especially when you're running into Future Gohan and Trunks like almost every single match. You can just switch into Rose, have him just tear them in half a lot of times. And you could also just, end up banking on the paralysis too, if it comes down to it. But Ultra Rose, I feel like, is a really good character for this team. But Ultra Rose is not good defensively. Like, just straight up, he is not a good defensive character. I opt mostly to always go for the more safe defensive option, especially when we're talking about matches against other God Rank players who typically are pretty good and know what they're doing with the game. Bringing a safer, more defensive option to me is always better because it makes sure that games are more so settled by who's like who knows what they're doing more often, right? As opposed to like more of an offensive based team where it's like fewer priorities will determine the outcome of the fight. So this is the one I'm gonna go with here. We have Sword of Hope Trunks who's gonna be Zenkai buffing Future Gohan and Trunks. So all three characters are getting one Zenkai buff, plus we have an HP buffer, plus we have really strong equipment on this team. So I think the setup is really, really strong. Again, you really need to be running Future Gohan and Trunks and Cell or one or the other to, I think, really have a very, very good competitive team right now, unfortunately, just because of Cell's anti-endurance that he has. So we'll jump in with this, and I think for this God Rank video, we will actually do commentary for the entire thing. So it's going to be like an hour of commentary. Let's jump in, let's get to it, and we'll see how this team does. All right, so we are going to be doing commentary for the entire video here. So we have about an hour, which is quite a long time just to be talking constantly. So let's just jump into this. So this first team is Majin, Vegeta, Turles, and Cell. Yeah, so I actually think Turles is in a pretty good spot right now. With Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, the thing with this God Rank grind is I didn't really see how many Super Saiyan 3 Vegetas did I even run into. It's possible we go this whole video without actually running into a single Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta. I didn't run into too many of him. I think most people are just waiting to see what the end of March releases before they decide to summon on Vegeta or not. Another reason why I think we don't see many Super Saiyan 3 Vegetas is just because there's so many like other good green characters right now. Like, regardless of how you feel about Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, I actually think he's pretty good and I do like his design. Regardless of how you feel about him, there are undoubtedly many other good green characters that can fill his role on like any team. So he's not really a needed character. He's certainly not to the level where I would say, like, oh my god, he's a broken unit. He's not. It's just the way it is. If you notice right there, the way I like to use Cell, and this will be a common thing throughout this video, is I typically like to get his gauge almost filled up and then switch. And the reason why I do that is because I want to make sure that I'm like overlapping the gauge fill up, the release gauge with Cover Null. I want to make sure that we have full Cover Null access throughout his unique gauge being up, because that's what makes this character really, really strong. Like, if you're able to get the type neutral up with the double card draw speed, plus the fact that he's getting, what is it, key plus whatever it is, key and damage whenever he draws a card, that is really strong. I think, can we extend this? Yeah, we're a little off there. I think if it was off of a, the way it works too, by the way, I actually did test this. If you use like a melee green with a character, if you combo it from a blast charge step, like you blast card, get the character to half HP, and then you charge step fully into a green, that is able to bypass like the Cell disrupt mechanic. By the way, Super Trunks right here does have endurance nullification still because he got hit, so goodbye to Majin Vegeta here unless he guesses a blast, which he does not. Okay, so Majin Vegeta's out of here. Yes, Super Trunks. I cannot believe that I still see so many people downplaying how dumb this character. Dude, Super Trunks is like, again, I actually would say he's in the running for like best 1% sparking ever release. He's really insane. Okay, so yeah, we lost our Vanish there for trying to back up. That's just unfortunately how the game is now, which is fine. I don't really think it's that huge of a deal anymore. For the time being, we'll see how things go. But at this point, I just really can't switch out of Future Gohan and Trunks. He doesn't have his type neutral here, so they should be able to tank his hits without any issue. And then the second he switches to Turles, I can just switch back out again. At this point, it's just a matter of not getting rushed, unlike anyone that's not Future Gohan and Trunks by his Cell, and we should be good. So we're just gonna wait this out. He's gonna go to someone. No, he doesn't. I mean, this is pretty much over, isn't it? Yeah, he's just dead. He knows it, right? Yeah, there it is. All right, who is next? Okay, so Cell on hybrids, I guess. One thing I also will say, actually, I guess it's Sun Family. I started recording this while already God Rank, and I was pretty deep into God Rank when I started recording this because I just feel like there's a lot less people playing the game recently. Hopefully things start to pick up again as we get closer to the anniversary and we start to get the massive updates they talked about earlier. But I record my normal day-to-day videos in this game, and when that's over, I'm pretty high ranked. So I don't even feel like I really need to record like these super long God rank videos like I used to. And back in the day, I would do like a 2.5 hour God rank video because I needed to actually rank up to God rank. But and a lot of times recently when I'm doing these videos, I'm starting at God rank. Like I'm already God rank by the time I start recording these. So really what this video is it's not a grind to God rank. It is essentially just a grind to maintain God rank and not fall out of God rank. Super Trunks is just tanking everything. He goes to Future Gohan here, which means we have type disadvantage, so we'll switch out. Notice how Trunks heals a lot of that damage back up. He's basically at full HP again. And then remember, when he switches in again, he's going to heal again, and then he heals the damage that he takes. So yeah, just a really stupid unit. Can I just go back to him? Do I just go back to Super Trunks here? No. We can heal by tagging. Let's see, yeah. He does. Do I just go for a jump here? No, I go for the. Yeah, it makes sense because he has no blast armor. Go for that for cover and all, even though I don't really need that. I just want to fill the gauge up, I guess. Alright, so we go back to Future Gohan. Want to make sure we pop his thing before I switch, right? Yeah, there's the disrupt. Now we go to Cell. And we get our gauge here. Again, this is another reason why I like to make sure that I switch out on Cell right as his gauge is about to activate so that we can have like a much more effective combo next time we switch in with him. Look at this. We almost popped his thing there. Goes right away because we pop his disrupt here. Not much we can do about that. We actually do draw a blue, but I don't see it in time to use it. That would have been a nice blue to use with Cell just because the Obscure on that is just so stupid. Like, Obscure is like... do I want to call it unbalanced? I mean, it's... I see a lot of people not really take advantage of the Obscure mechanic. Like, I don't think people really understand how dumb it is. It basically renders you unable to play the game for like 5 seconds. Okay, he just forfeits. Like you obscure somebody's hand, and what you need to do after that is you need to go on the offense. If you obscure somebody's hand and you don't capitalize on it, then there's almost no point in even like obscuring their hand in the first place, because then they're just going to sit there and do nothing until the obscure wears off. So when you obscure somebody's hand, like, you need to actually attack them. Okay, there's an Armor Break to start out with. Do I just go to Super Trunks here? What do I do? Yeah, we do. Look at this. Sells his combos over. Yep. That's Super Trunks is just so insane. Like, I'm pretty sure he has a green. I just went for that anyway because I didn't want to sit there all day. But yeah, dude, Super Trunks having like a two-time guaranteed combo ender on cover change is just, it's just so valuable right now. Yeah, it is lagging. These are the kinds of fights where I play, and I don't know if he's dropping the combo or it's lagging until it actually, like, the action goes through. Okay, so we obscured his hand. If I'm smart, I will... okay, yeah. That's why... When you're the person being obscured, you don't want to just, you know, press a card, because it could... That's what could happen when you obscure. All right, we're just going to go for this. We're type neutral. He's going to switch to Majin. No, he doesn't. Never mind. All right, well, that's another obscure. I'm sure this guy's having a fun time here. Just, like, almost a permanently obscured hand. I guess we just go to Future Gohan here. Yeah. Okay. Nice 4 blast hand. This is good. Okay. Alright. Not particularly scared of Majin Vegeta. 3.8 million health on Super Trunks. Alright, so his Majin Vegeta's type neutral, so he's going to do a little damage, but remember, Super Trunks is healing himself every time he gets hit by a card. Like, I think the combination of healing yourself every time you're hit by a card together with healing a percentage of the damage you take when the combo ends is just so ridiculous, because it actually strengthens combo compensation for you, right? If you're healing yourself every time you're hit by a card, it's a very synergistic mechanic that works well with combo compensation, because the opponent is already doing less and less damage every time they combo you anyway. Every time they use an extra card within a combo, they're doing less and less damage because of combo compensation. So if you're healing yourself every time they hit you, it's like it's amplifying the effectiveness of combo compensation. This is just a bad timing thing where you quick attack me the second I try to switch. And then on top of that, when you're healing yourself for a percentage of the damage you take at the end of the combo, it's just very, very noticeable. Like, look at this. Cell's gonna try and damage me, but like, he's not really doing anything. All right, I'm trying to... Yeah, the armor break really just makes it tough. Yeah, I was going to say, I can't really switch here, so we're just going to let them eat this. We'll be able to... Should we? I guess we should... Okay, I was going to say, I guess we should assume that his hand is over by now. All right, we get the heal off with them. Wait for the double jump so we can just take out his first life here. Okay. And we already got rid of Turles' comeback, so all we have left really is Majin Vegeta's second life, his endurance. But with Cell, it doesn't matter. Go for the taps here. Do I just go for the armor break? What do I do here? No, I don't. Okay, he floats to mid-range so they can mid-range strike me. Very, very great God rank level play right there. I think I should ult here. Yeah. All right, goodbye. Gotta choose someone to die. Actually, yeah. All right, goodbye, Majin Vegeta. I think he actually could have went to Turles there, because remember, Majin Vegeta deletes my buffs. So if you went to Turles, this would have been a type disadvantage ult on Turles, which wouldn't have killed. Yeah, just an 11 million damage ult right there on Majin Vegeta. 4 blasts, by the way. I don't know what we could do about this. If one of them was armor break, it would be good, but it was not. All right, well, I mean, this is not a good spot for this guy. We have a green too. I think he's just gonna let his guy die here. No, he doesn't. He goes to Cell. Okay. Well, remember, we already popped this guy's first life. Future Gohan and Trunks are just going to clean up the trash here. By Cell. And, I mean, I don't think he's going to 1v3, yeah, with Turles, so. Let's move on. Next match is Future. Yeah, this is actually the team I was talking about in the intro. You could replace Super Trunks with Ultra Rose. I think that actually works pretty well. It is a bit of a different take on the team. The objective is a bit different. It lets you be a little bit more offensive, which obviously is just a play style thing. Like, Rosé is going to be really strong here. But one thing that Rosé is not is defensive. He is not a good defensive character. So, all right, we'll be able to go into Trunks, double green card. Okay. Yeah, I can double green off of a blast there. We can go back to Future Gohan. Yeah, this character is very stupid. Future Gohan and Trunks. We're going to draw another card here. Do I just go into Super Trunks here? What do I do? No. I opt to maintain my Vanish, I guess is what I wanted to do there. All right, Super Trunks. Let's see what you got. Oh, too bad your combo ended, because it's a guaranteed combo ender. Pretty much. I mean, it's not really guaranteed, but it's basically guaranteed. All right, this is going to hurt. Rosé's strong. Thankfully, he does not get the paralysis. I just go for the blue. No, I go... Oh, that was not Rubrika. That makes sense. We're going to get type neutral here. Something you'll also see me do with Cell is... you'll often see me go for... I think Rosé's just dead to this, right? You'll often see me go into him defensively early on. If I get caught in a combo like early in the fight, I'll go into him to eat a few hits defensively. But that's not because Cell is a good defensive character. It's because... Yeah, look at that. That's insane. It's just because Cell... I want to make sure we built his gauge up to the point where it's right about to fill up. And a good way to do that, remember, because it only fills up when he's on the battlefield, a good way to do that is just to have him eat a few hits early on. Remember, when his gauge fills up, he heals himself, so... All right. Yeah, that is... Again, like I said, that is one disadvantage to using Mid-Range Strike. One disadvantage to using Ultra Rosé is he, once again, not a very good defensive character, and he just gets one shot by Cell. But to be fair, I mean, like, the entire game dies to that, right? So I don't know if I really want to say that's a fault of Ultra Rosé, but yeah, I mean, if that was Super Trunks, I'm just gonna say he was not dying to that. All right, so his hand is obscured, so I should go offensive. This guy's just pressing cards, I guess. Okay. And now we go for strikes because of Cell having a blast cover change. Final Dragon Ball is on the blast here. No reason for us to do anything right away. He's the one who needs to be taking the initiative now because we have an extra character, so we have more vanishes to play with. There's no reason for us to do anything. Okay, yeah, we got him with that. I think it's rush after these strikes. Yep. Well, either he guesses us or he's dead. And he's dead, okay. Yep, Cell is very balanced. Like, Cell and Future Gohan and Trunks together on the same team is just... It's so hard to beat if you're not also using Future Gohan and Trunks and or Cell together. Like, it's just so hard to compete with this. All right, again, Cell's gauge is about to fill up, so I switched out. What does he do here? Goes for the taps. I think I just switch. Yeah, preserve the main ability. One thing that you'll notice with this video is I actually do a pretty poor job at using Super Trunks' ult. Like, I might not even land Super Trunks' ult a single time in this entire video. That's not because... I did that just because I wanted to see if I could bait out his rush there. That's not because I am like... Well, maybe I am bad at using it, but I don't think I am bad at using it. I think the reason why you don't see it is because I don't really consider Super Trunks' ult to be very important. So I typically just end up saving Super Trunks' main ability as like purely a stop time to see what my opponent is doing a lot of times. So I don't like, you know, just go for the ultimate. If I was fighting more Beast Gohans, I think I would actually just use Super Trunks' ultimate as a way to remove Beast Gohan's buff removal, honestly, more than anything else. That's the kind of level of his ultimate that's the level his ultimate's at for me. I don't view it as like some massive damaging thing. The biggest value that it has for me is just the fact that it can feint. Right? I believe, what is it, a 30% chance to feint? That's pretty strong. But at the end of the day, obviously Cell's ultimate is going to be way, way stronger. And I'm looking for more opportunities to use his than anything else. Okay, yeah, 3 blasts. Thanks, man. At least, you know, getting the blue card with Super Trunks here, I mean, this is going to be almost 0 damage. Look at this. Nice damage, Majin Vegeta. Then we heal that up. Yep, that's how much damage he did with his blue. All right, Cell time, and look, our gauge is about to fill up too. I just go for the ult here, honestly. Yeah, he knew it was over. He knew it was over immediately. One thing also that I think probably most people don't even consider when using Cell is his main ability gives him his full gauge. Now, it doesn't work when you already have the release gauge up, but if you're in a situation where you don't have his gauge, like his gauge is like whatever this current, like the one that I'm using right now with Cell, like whatever this iteration of this gauge is called. What is it? I don't even know. Like the time-based gauge. If you're in this version of the unique gauge, yeah, again, switch out right before it fills up. If you're in this version of the unique gauge and you pop Cell's main ability, it immediately fills up. So essentially what it ends up being is it is a type neutral ult, like almost guaranteed. Now, of course, the opponent can remove buffs depending on who you're fighting, but that is a very powerful effect that you can just do with Cell, right? I think later on in this video, what I end up doing most of the time is just using Cell's ultimate as a way to get rid of this character, Future Gohan and Trunks' first life, a lot of times. Look at Super Trunks' health, by the way. It's like almost all the way back up. But yeah, I think I end up using a lot of the time Ultra Cell's ultimate, pretty laggy in this one, as a way to remove Future Gohan and Trunks' first life, and then from that point forward, you just have like a guaranteed Rising Rush kill with him, right? Just go for the blast here. This is so laggy. What the hell? All right, let's go to Cell. Have his full gauge here. Okay, I'm trying to go to Cell, but it's tough. There we go. He's got a choice to make here. Do I just main? I think I should just main here and kill him. Yeah, I do. I think this is the right play here. He does actually decide to have this Vegeta die, which, I mean, I get it, but I would not, probably wouldn't do this. Having opting to have 2 characters alive instead of 3 is just not correct. Oh, he just left. Never mind. Maybe he made a mistake. He's like, I'm out. He left. All right, well, we'll move on. Majin Vegeta. This is actually a team I run into, I don't want to say often, but I do see this every now and then. This team, whatever this, I don't even know what would you classify this team as? Powerful opponent with Majin Vegeta, I guess. Saiyans with Cell, like, I don't know. But again, we're gonna get Cell close to having the gauge filled up. I could have went with the green there, but I'd rather just give it to this character. Have them get their switch off. Go into Trunks here. I think I use the green before it gets sealed, yeah. And then we go for the blast here. We should be able to go back into Future Gohan before his thing. Yeah, perfect. Now we just go for the strike. Now we go back to Future Gohan. Very balanced. If we can draw a green, I was going to say, if we could draw a green, we could extend past Cell's Disrupt. Draw one more card. Yep. Let me go back to Trunks. Do I go to Cell here? Yeah. We fill his gauge up. I think I might ult. I don't. I dropped, but he'd switch. Oh, that ain't good. That ain't good, son. Alright, goodbye, Majin Vegeta. Yep, he probably... Well, I mean, I was gonna say he probably shouldn't have switched out of Turles, but he made a very risky play with attacking me there. 10.6 million damage ult, by the way. Can extend this with this. Yeah, this is rough. I don't really know like how this guy possibly comes back from this. I think I charged for a second here to delay this side step. Yeah. Okay. He actually goes to Cell. That's insane. That is actual, and that is like, that is a crazy person level play right there. Armor break. Yeah, that's all she wrote, I guess. Yep. All right, next up, what is this? Purple Ultimate Gohan on Future. Interesting. Purple Ultimate Gohan. I've had I've had some people ask me to make a top 10 characters I dislike the most from 2024, because there were a lot. I mean, there were a lot of character releases during 2024 that I just did not like. I think we switch here. Yeah, right. But actually, we actually messed that up. His gauge just activated before I switched, so we kind of wasted that. But it's fine. What was I gonna say? Damn. Oh yeah, people have been asking me to make a characters I hate the most released in 2024 list. There were a lot. I mean, did not like Majin Vegeta. Did not like Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. There are a lot. I mean, those are the two that like jump out to me the most. Besides Purple Ultimate Gohan, I actually think I would have, as crazy as it sounds, I think I would have Purple Ultimate Gohan at 1 on that list. Characters I hate the most that released in 2024. Oh yeah, it's like Super 17 probably would make that list too. But yeah, this Purple Ultimate Gohan, just because it feels like, the best way to describe this, I haven't really thought about it too much, but like I'm just thinking in my head, who did I hate fighting the most out of all the characters released in 2024? I think it is Purple Ultimate Gohan, and it's just because it feels like you just don't, like, you just press cards, like you just press blue, green, blue, green, blue, green, and like there's nothing. That's it. It's like he's like the most brainless character. And we've obviously seen a lot of brainless releases in 2024. I think Majin Vegeta was very, very brainless. I think Super Saiyan 3 Goku is another one too. The Super Saiyan 2 and the Super Saiyan 3 Goku. That's another one. I actually think he's very close to Purple Ultimate Gohan in terms of like the reason why I don't like both of them. Just because it feels very, it just feels like very unfun, right? I mean, you don't, this is a terrible play by me, by the way. Cell removes our buffs, so this is a type disadvantage. I shouldn't have done this. This is me making a giant misplay. Yeah, this is not a good. This is a terrible play. I'm gonna go back in time and slap myself in the face for this one. Yeah, look at this. I mean, it still does good damage, but I mean that was not the way you want to use that. We actually hit him with that. Okay. Can't rush here, right? Yeah. Okay. But yeah, I just hated fighting this Purple Ultimate Gohan, especially because like if you're the person who is fighting against this guy, you are almost always the one initiating, right? There was no, you weren't gonna win the waiting game versus the Purple Ultimate Gohan, because they would just sit in the back and then wait for you to go for a blast, wait for you to go for anything, and then either counter you with a blue card like this, or they would counter you with removing your vanish, right? So you can't even like tackle him because he would just remove your vanish and kill you. So yeah, I just don't like this design of this character at all. Okay, he catches me on that. That's fine. Just go to Super Trunks. Yeah. And that's the end of the combo. Nice. Super Trunks is really balanced. People have been telling me he's bad, but yeah. All right, Cell. Let's just continue here. I think we didn't pop his disrupt yet. Well, we did. Never mind. We have a green. There's Gohan. I don't know why I didn't go for the green there. I think it lagged or something. You can tell it lagged a little bit there. All right, back to Super Trunks. Goes for the blue, that's fine. Super Trunks can eat this for nothing, and then we just pop the green to heal back up. Sure. I've been told Super Trunks is bad, by the way. Just, yeah. Armor break. And that's that. Yep. Alright, who is next? We have... This is Powerful Opponent. Okay. Yeah, Rose. Again, I do like Rose. I didn't actually see, does this guy have him at 7 stars? I hope so. He's got 3.6 million health, so he's probably got him at 7 stars, right? We got a laggy one here. Went for a tackle right away there just to see if we can maybe hit him with the green. Alright, Super Trunks puts that into his combo. He's bad, by the way. Let's go to Trunks here. Was trying to use the green there, but this is fine. I mean, this is going to pop his disrupt, right? Yep. Now we go for this. Go for a green. Nothing. Okay. PV. Go for this other blue card. Okay, yeah, this guy's getting bullied. I think I go for a quick attack into the tag. See if I draw a strike. Yeah, we do. Okay. Does he switch? He actually does. I think I should go to Cell here and ult, right? Our ult is sealed. Who did that? That doesn't matter. We can go back to Turles. Oh no, yeah, that's actually, yeah, that's part of what Rosé's equipment gives him. I think it's what? Is it 10? When the opponent goes for an ultimate or a rush against him, he reduces his ally sub count by 10, I think is what it is, right? That is a pretty strong ability. I think I just forgot about that when I used the ult here, but honestly, getting rid of Turles' first life is probably good enough, because now we just rush and someone's dead with Cell, right? I'll take that. All right, Super Trunks. Let's go. Post comeback Turles can be kind of scary for Super Trunks, though, so we'll just keep our eye on that. We'll switch out, heal with Super Trunks, and your Gohan and Trunks should be able to tank decently here. Cell is type neutral, but... Oh, we go back here. Is that a good play? This is me just gambling that doesn't have a rush, which I guess was correct. Actually, no, that's not true, because Super Trunks... Never mind, guys. Super Trunks seals rush for the first... what is it? The first 2 cover changes? All right, now we go back to Cell. I think I just go for the Obscure here. After that combo. Oh, he kills my blue. Go back there. This is kind of a sloppy fight. He could cover change me here with Cell. He doesn't. Goes right away, okay. Again, he could go for a rush. If he waits too long, I can just go to Future Gohan, though, so... Rosé, I'm not really scared of here. Just for the ult, it's fine. Alright, Super Trunks back to full health. These guys will be fine. He's type neutral here, but I don't... It doesn't... Yeah, it doesn't matter. He's too much competition at this point. We go for the quick attack, right? Oh no, that was better play. Just grab the full screen blast at this point in the match. Is not something you want to do. Alright, well, next match we go. This is just really juiced up Future Gohan and Trunks, I guess. really steroided up Future Gohan and Trunks with purple Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta support and death buffs. Could be interesting. That Vegeta's good still. I mean, he was... That Vegeta was an all-star 1% Zenkai for sure. Alright, I think we should go for the green. Continue comboing here. Ideally, we would actually chain this into... we would chain this into Cell. Probably not going to happen with this guy's unique gauge. What we want to do here is we want to pop his unique gauge and then tag into Future Gohan again. Yeah. So we'll pop the thing here. All right, we'll go back to Future Gohan now. And now we'll go back to Cell in a sec. Yeah. Wasn't able to fill up his unique gauge as much as I wanted to before we switch out of him in the first place. So what I think I'll actually probably do here is switch out right here. Yeah, right before it fills up. You saw that. Just for the strike there. Yeah, this is a scary situation for Super Trunks. A 5-time Zenkai buff, Future Gohan and Trunks type advantage over Super Trunks. That's gonna do a lot of damage. Like there's no avoiding that. That's a scary unit right there. I think we probably can safely switch here into Super Trunks again. Yep. He's got too much combo compensation at this point. Yep. And then he stops the combo. He's a bad unit, by the way. Mid-range strike. I think I go to Cell and use the blue after he jumps. Yeah. Nice. Okay, now we have type neutral. Do I just ult? I just go for the kill here. Yeah, nice. Okay, so he's dead. That's really good. I don't know why he didn't switch to Vegeta. Nice. Vegeta doesn't have a cover change, which is his only weakness. Okay, I mean, we gotta drag him all off of that. I'll take it. I think I go for the quick attack into the tag and then potentially rush if he goes for anything here. Nothing. Okay. This guy did mid-range strike earlier, so I'm kind of on guard at this point. Should have just rushed him there. Whatever. He can't. He has to rush me here. He doesn't have one, I guess. Okay, well, this is the end for Vegeta unless he switches, which I probably would switch if I was him. He doesn't. Okay. The reason why I tagged there is in case he went for a blast, I could have used the blue with Trunks in mid-range. Have you guys noticed that every time I go into Super Trunks, it always feels like we have 4 blasts? Like, I can't even try for the feint. I can't even try for it. We don't have an opportunity to use it. Just 4 blasts every time. This guy loves mid-range striking, huh? Alright, well, we can grab our rush here. Oh, well, never mind. Okay, next is Future. Once again, we're seeing a lot of people use this purple Vegeta. I don't know, it's getting a lot of usage. That's what it seems like to me. Alright. Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta is here. Honestly, going for full screen blast against Cell is probably a bad play. Like I've been 4 blasts, by the way. I've been doing it pretty often in this video, but if I know I'm fighting like a good player, when I go into these matches and I see that the opponent is not God rank or doesn't have any like times they've reached God rank, I'm pretty relaxed when it comes to the plays that I make a lot of times. But if I'm going up against like a 50 times God rank player or like a 60 times God rank player, I wouldn't make that play. I'd make different plays just because I know at that point the person's probably a little better. Going for full screen blast against Cell, I mean, that's just asking to get green carded. All right, we go for the Obscure again. At this point, I can't really... Like, I would love to capitalize on the Obscure, but this is more of a defensive Obscure. Right? I mean, I had no way to switch. I had no Vanish, so that was more of a... Just let me buy some time Obscure, which did work out for us. All right, we're just going to chain this into Future Gohan, and then I guess we'll just go back into Cell. Actually, is he going to let me pop his first life here? Let's see. Oh, we go back into Cell. Okay. Probably should have just stayed in with Future Gohan and Trunks there. I think I miscalculated this. Drop. Got charged for a sec here. Double stop time there. Okay. Decent. I go for a tap attack there. I didn't think he'd go right away. I do hit him with the green, though, which is, of course, this is the reason why you don't want to go for full screen blast. Like I just said, you don't want to go for full screen blast against this Cell. We are not type neutral. Does this kill anyway? Damn, so close. Okay, well, he shouldn't have tagged there. All right, well, now we're at the point where we just ult or rush with Cell and hasta la vista to a character. Full screen blast. I'm waiting for it. I'm trying to catch him on that. All right, well, this is not a great spot. I think we just rush after we use these strikes because he has no strike cover change. All right, it is lagging a little bit. You saw me do the rush from mid range there. All right, so this Vegeta's out of here. You know, rushing this Vegeta isn't really bad value because it kind of renders his Dragon Ball Destruction useless, right? If you rush this guy. All right, he's out of here. I'm wondering if he just leaves. Well, he's certainly going to leave now, right? Yeah. We were still type neutral there, so we would have lost another character. Mono Red Future. Okay. Interesting. Mono Red Future. Start with the tackle because we have a green. He goes right away there, huh? That is interesting. I think I go out here. Future Gohan and Trunks use the green. Yeah. Good play. Let's go to Trunks now. Fill the gauge up. Get a full hand. Yeah, just casually get a full hand when you tag switch. Sounds good to me. Alrighty. Cell is here. We're going to go back to Future Gohan. I could drop with the armor break card, but I feel like it's not worth it. And we could use our blue here, which we do. We don't. What the hell? What am I doing? I was a free Dragon Ball on that blue card. Hello? And I go for the blast on full screen? Okay. Yeah, not a very good sequence there from me. Gonna go back to Cell here. No? We'll go back to Cell now. Yeah. All right, we're going to get our gauge here in a second. There we go. And we're going to finish this with an Obscure. Here. There we go. All right, goodbye to your first life. And the correct play here is to tackle. I think I might be scared, though, of this guy just pressing a card randomly. Yeah, I should have went for a tackle there. I did not. this guy's waiting forever, so I just wait the whole time as well. And we just, we kill him. That's that. I mean, this is over, right? Drop there for, Merge Zamasu. Damn, he seals. Oh yeah, this Cell seal strikes when he's covered. I actually didn't even remember that. But we do drop the combo there so we can rush him because I know this guy doesn't have any subcount manipulation, so he's dead. He does guess me. Okay. I was using the Neva card sleeves. I think he's giving me his character because he guessed me. Okay. Yeah, if you know your opponent has no subcounts to switch, you can intentionally drop like a blast card, and if they dodge, you just rush them, right? All right, I think we should go to Super Trunks here. Have him take this. He's gonna heal us off, and should be able to buy some time here. I mean, his Cell is 5 times Zenkai buff, so it is gonna hurt. Go for taps. Let's go for a blast here. Go for the main. I should use it. Yeah, just use it. Thought he wouldn't get his Vanish back in time. That's frightening damage, Zamasu. Watch out. Alright, at this point we can't switch. So just have them stay in. Cell only has... Actually, he has level 0 card draw speed. Does he finish his combo before the gauge fills up? Yeah, right before. He got so unlucky with that. His gauge literally just filled up and he didn't have enough time to continue that. All right, he's going to sack Zamasu, which makes sense. We're going to kill him and then we're just going to switch back into Future Gohan. If he does anything, we go for the strike and that's it. All right, and that's GG. Yep. All right. Next we have movies. Yeah, this is just movies, right? Turles, I guess, is the character we're kind of scared of the most here. Goes for an immediate frame 1 AoE green with God Goku. Okay, I guess we gotta respect that. Let's go into you. We can go into the Trunks here, grab a green card. All right, ideally what we would want to do here is pop this guy's Disrupt before we swap into Future Gohan so that we can kind of like override it. But I don't think it looks like it didn't to me it didn't look like we were going to be able to, so I just swapped early. Now we go to Cell. Don't think we're going to be able to do this, so I think do I just swap out here? Yeah, I swap out before the gauge activates. This is fine because Super Trunks can just take this. If our third character there wasn't like a defensive behemoth, we wouldn't really be able to do that with Cell because it's like kind of wasting a Vanish almost. But yeah, Super Trunks is completely fine here. God, Goku's doing a ton of damage. Are we gonna be able to live this? This is scary. He's doing a lot. Super Trunks is almost dead. All right, we're gonna eat that. Then we're just gonna pop the green, fully heal. Hey, nice damage. Main ability. Yeah, obviously you know you have a green. Goes for the ult, okay. So he's used his main on God Goku. That's it, right? Oh, decent damage. Too bad we're just gonna heal it all up. Okay, I could have just went for the strike on Super Trunks just to... Actually, no, we can't feint him right away, right? Beast is immune. Alright, let's go to Trunks there. Goes to God Goku, which is fine. We have double card draw speed. Oh yeah, Cell's gauge fills up. Can he go back? He might be able to go back to Turles here, but I don't... Doesn't really matter. No, he's just... Okay, God Goku's dead. Well, he fought valiantly, but he did a grand total of -2 damage, and he's dead. Goodbye. Alrighty. Cool. Yeah, save the green for these guys. Makes sense. We already popped Beast's Disrupt as well, I believe. Did we? I think, actually, maybe, no, we didn't, actually. I don't remember. I don't think we did. Yeah, we didn't. Okay, interesting. Burles. Jump here. We have some chances to feint here. Don't get them. Yeah, missed 3 in a row. It's fine. We might need to go to Cell just to kill. Do we think he goes to Beast here? Or what do we think? Does he switch to... Please switch to Beast. Okay, yeah, he knows. We can tag into Trunks here and just... Do we have enough key to use the blue? Yeah, we do. Oh, we just go for the strike. Yeah. Balanced character. I should have saved that tag for when we kill him, but it's fine. It's gonna be okay, he's just dead. Yeah, I was gonna say it's gonna be tough for him to come back here against Cell and Super Trunks. So let's go ahead and wrap this up, and we will move on. Having trouble clicking the OK button there. Okay, there we go. Alrighty. What is this? Sun Family with Cell. Okay. Ultra Gohan. Yeah, go for another tackle here. No. I was scared that he was gonna go for I knew it was coming, dude. The Ultra Super Saiyan 2 Gohan plus Cell team where you have 3 armor break cards is so annoying. Is he ever gonna switch? Yeah. Alright, get obscured. I should go for a tackle here. Yeah. Because you just can't click cards when you're obscured. Like that's a free... Wait, overtap there? I think I misplayed. Yeah, I mistapped the screen or something. Okay, so we're gonna get this in. Doesn't really matter. Getting a free disrupt out of Cell there is huge. That's the power of obscure. I thought maybe he'd go for 2 blasts. But that's fine. Okay, we can go into Trunks in a sec. Hopefully we try blast. We don't. Cool. A green, a blue, and a strike. That's pretty good. Okay. Cell? Yep. Nice. Okay. More future. I think is this the first Vegito Blue we've ran into this whole video? I think it might be. Might be the first VB of the video. Alright, let's match his blast cards. Goes right away, okay. It's Super Trunks time. And that's the end. This is a bad unit, by the way. I think we just go for the blue. Do we? Let's go for the feints, actually. Yeah, yeah, this is fine. He wants to get his half HP thing. I should have dropped here, but okay. Do I drop here? What do I do here? No. Yeah, I don't agree with that sequence. I think I should have played that differently. He vanishes, you go for the blue. Nice. Alright, this should get his disrupt out of the way. Go for the quick attack. Tag. Nothing, okay. Wait for the... Yeah, whenever you want to go for tackles in mid-range, it is a lot better usually to wait for them to sidestep first, because that means they can't... they're not gonna... That means they're not going for like a blast or a strike to... I guess kind of like override your tackle. Usually the better play. Alright, there's Cell. I guess we just ult. Or... That was... I tried to go for the blue. I guess it... Whatever. Vegito Blue's dead. This character did a lot in this match, huh? This VB. Alright, he's dead. Unless he guesses us. Alright. I tried to go for the blue there, but like I guess he just barely lowered our key enough to where I couldn't use it. Because I should have just went for the ult. I would have guaranteed killed somebody, but I thought the blue would have been enough. But I didn't have enough key, I guess. But anyway, VB's out of here. And that's it. Okay. Who's this? This is Hybrids. Okay. Hybrid / Sun Family. Alrighty. Tackle. Yep, because we have a green. Alright, let's see. How long do you want to stay in with Gohan for? Let's see. We're going to get our gauge here. And double strike. He does switch, though. This is type neutral. Alright, we should tackle here. Yep. That's the power of Obscure. It's really, really broken. Alrighty. We tackle again. No, I think he was still obscured there, and he just pressed the card randomly. I mean, at some point you're gonna have to play, right? So I don't blame him for that. All right, here's Super Trunks. Bad unit, by the way, I was told. All right, now we go out. Jump, jump. Fortunately, this hand is not really too usable against this guy. We'll have to eat that with this guy because we can shield it off by tag switching. Well, we can't hit all of it off, but a lot of it. Beast Gohan. Can we? No, we can't. I was going to say, can we get through this without needing to tag switch? The answer is no. He goes for full screen blast. Okay, good to know. Armor break. Nothing. Let me back up and wait for him to go for a blast. I just go sworn at mid-range, okay. He does guess us. Sometimes it happens. Sometimes, aka every match, in my case. Alright, he's dead. Did I just go for a blast right away? No. Alright, well, he's out of here. And now we just go to Super Trunks. Yeah, I think I made here for stop time. Do I tap here or what do I do? Yeah. Armor break got me there. But yeah, he noticed he can't. Look at that windscreen. Look at that. What the hell? I actually remember that. Yeah, he starts comboing Super Trunks and he's like, okay, I can't kill him. He just leaves. All right, I didn't even see what this guy's team was. Sunfell. Oh, this is the first match with Purple Goku. Good old Purple Super Saiyan Goku. The most annoying character released this year so far. All right, I didn't think he'd go full screen with Ultra Gohan. Super Trunks, let's go. All right, Super Trunks will tank this for nothing. Okay, I was told this character was bad, by the way. Yep, we can just tap him out of this. Cool. In we go with Cell. All right, well, I think he's just dead. Is he just dead? He is dead. Goodbye. And now we have Obscure up so we can tackle. He just goes for a random card. Okay. We're going to have our gauge pop here. Nothing we can do about it. Sometimes just, unfortunately, the timing works out that way. I think I should go to Super Trunks. Hello? Flag? Having a good time. Yeah, we go to Super Trunks here. Oh, that's the end of his combo. I told he was a bad unit. All right, let's go to you. Jump here. Oh, I don't go for a jump. Okay. Let's go for the green. Just trying to fish for more blast cards at this point so we can override his gauge. There we go. Just picking Dragon Balls off of my cards here at this point. That's fine. Alrighty. One more Dragon Ball left and it is on that strike. Full screen old. I think he just saw the he just saw the exclamation point and probably thought it was gonna be a blast, but unfortunately for him, he's dead. And now you're dead. That was fun. I would never get rid of his disrupts. Well, this shouldn't take long. Alrighty. Getting close to the end here. Only got a few more matches left. 1, 2, 3. Is that 4 more? Okay. This guy's running Beast on Powerful Opponent, I think. I believe is what that is. He went for the blast, so I just matched him. Again, you don't really want to do that against Cells, just in case they have a green card, which we now do have, but I'll save it. I'll save the gauge on Cell for next time we swap in with him. Gonna go to Trunks. Gonna go for the... Do I go for the green or do I say no? I just go for it. Okay, yeah, because Cell's gauge is almost built up anyway, so I don't really need to save the green for him. Go back to feature Gohan here. Yep. Okay. Might just stay in, honestly. No, I gotta sell. Makes sense. We drop for the armor break. He does actually dodge, though. I guess maybe he only had blast cards. I kind of feel he might have only had blast there. That sucks. There's nothing you could do about that, honestly. I feel bad for that guy. Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. I have ran into some people using this guy recently just because, you know, not as many Majin Vegetas and Beasts running around now. Could be a decent, you know, filler option. Rose. So this is a triple ultra. What is Rose? I guess it's Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta on powerful opponent, huh? What this is. Alright, let's go to Trunks now. Just keep getting our Dragon Ball cards. They go to feature Gohan again. Okay, he finally decides to use the gauge here with Gogeta. I dropped for the armor break, but it doesn't really matter, honestly. I didn't even need to do that. Okay. Dragon Ball on the strike. I think I went for a charge delay there, which is why he got me with that. Alright, Super Trunks. Alright, end of the combo. Soul D was a bad unit. I got charge here for a second just to delay the PV. It wasn't a PV, but we still got him. Alright, we just go for the obscure. Make sure he can't play the game. And that's just, wow, I didn't think we'd get rid of his comeback there. Okay, that's annoying for him because he doesn't even know what cards he has now off of this. Yeah, he can't even do anything. That's so annoying for him. He gets the comeback off. This is like where Turles is supposed to shine, and he doesn't even know what he has. All right, we're gonna pick up our rush here, and we can just rush at any point now, right? Yeah, no more comeback to. I honestly didn't even need to rush with Cell. I could have just stayed in. I probably should have just stayed in with Future Gohan and Trunks anyway. Didn't need to waste their vanish like that. All right, so Gogeta's out of here. That's fine. I don't really see this being too difficult from this point forward, but we will see. Rose. I mean, Rose is definitely one of those characters that can snowball the fight for you. Okay, we have... What is this? Oh my god, I remember this fight. Yeah, I actually am... I don't know when this video is going to go up, and I haven't recorded it yet, but this is a character I do actually want to revisit, is this Cell and Frieza character. This character could actually be kind of interesting. I don't know. We'll see. The reason why is just because of Cell. How they pair up with Cell. They actually, I think, work very well with Cell. The fact that you know, you seal a character, whether it's really, it doesn't even matter who you seal. Oh, we finally got the feint. We did it, guys. On Frieza and Cell is the character we got the feint on. The reason why they work well with Cell is because they power up Cell's ultimate and rush, right? It doesn't even matter who you seal with them. As long as you seal somebody, like Cell's ability to just like zero in and kill somebody with his ult or rush is just so strong. So that's obviously what this guy's going for. And I am going to do a revisit on them, so expect that within the next day or two or something. Interesting, because they dropped, and I was like, yeah, they don't really feel too good, and I probably think they still aren't too good, but like they could do this, right? I've been talking this entire video of how good I think Super Trunks is, but guess what? Super Trunks isn't tanking. He's not tanking the seal. he's now sealed, and I think this is one of those matches that Super Trunks is going to be sealed for like 100 counts or something. So Super Trunks is essentially a non-factor anymore. Now, even in this spot, right? He successfully sealed my Trunks, and like, not only is his Cell stronger now, but his Turles' comeback is a lot stronger now too, because of the fact that I don't have another vanish to use when we pop his comeback. right? So we could see a situation where like he has his Turles comeback go off, and then he just like immediately swaps into Cell and rushes me or something, right? That's possible. So this is gonna be a tough one. Him getting that seal off, it really does change the fight. So I actually, yeah, I do want to revisit that Cell and Frieza. All right, good thing that my Cell is really strong. Don't have to worry about that ultimate one-shotting us. We do have our rush here. Do I just go for it? I just rush. Yeah, I just do rush. Honestly, this is fine. The reason why this is good is because now if I set up a spot where I can ultimate either Turles or Cell and Frieza, I could type neutral ult someone on this team, and it's basically a guaranteed kill, right? I think maybe if his Turles is at full health, he might live. Even a type neutral ult. I mean, it would be close. I don't know. If his Turles is 14 stars in Zenkai buff, I could see it. But this is like my way. I could see us winning this is if we get into a spot where we can type neutral ultimate and just have somebody guaranteed die. Honestly, at this point, if I were him, I would easily sack Turles more than anybody else on this team. If I had to choose, I have to sack these guys here. I have no choice. Alrighty. So we'll head into Trunks. We do have a blue in our hand, which we're going to use here. That's a lot of damage. Puffed his Disrupt. Then we have another one. Here, hold this. Okay, a lot of damage again. Okay. He blindly presses the green. That's really not a good play, but it does actually work because I was going for a blast. My fault, guys. Sorry. I shouldn't have went for a blast, but we do guess him. That was lucky. That was a lucky play, but it was a lucky play to counteract his bad play. So it kind of cancels each other out, I guess. All right, we're going to continue with Cell here. Again, I switched out right as our gauge was going to fill up, so now we are type neutral, and this is where I go for the ultimate like I was talking about. Now he's got to choose Turles. Yeah, I think he chooses correctly. Again, it's possible he loses this. I don't remember what his stars were on the Turles if he had a Zenkai buff for him. Does this kill? I could see it maybe not killing, but let's see. Does this kill? Oh, it's sure. Yeah, it easily kills. Okay, never mind. It easily kills him. All right, that's good, obviously. It just makes it a lot easier to kind of position ourselves to get a kill on his Frieza and Cell here. Man, this is a long match. I think I go into Trunks when we take like 1 or 2 more hits here. He does have a green. Wow, that's lucky. All right, remember, Cell and Frieza have a strike cover change for both sides. So, yeah, okay, good. I was hoping he would switch there. I mean, we could have just used the greener to get cover null anyway, but yeah. All right, so I think the way to build this character is just full defense. This Cell and Frieza. Looks like he probably did that, considering they're taking a very low amount of damage from the Trunks. I don't want to use the main on Trunks if I can help it, just because later on he could get his Vanish back from it if I save it for when an ally is dead. He almost triple weights there, because I delayed that first sidestep. How does this... I don't even remember how this finishes. How does this end? He does a lot of damage. I think I switch. At this point, I might even value Trunks over Cell, just because Trunks is a way of getting his Vanish back with the main ability. It's really strong. Go right away, and we do end up getting that. Yeah, that was just a YOLO immediate strike, and it does work. Okay. I mean, if we kill his... Yeah, I mean, we win if we kill this unit. I think we're also probably winning on damage, right? We're probably winning. Oh, they still... That's so annoying. We probably are winning on damage. All right, we get him out of here, get Super Trunks back. At this point, I mean, he's got to hit me with, like, a raw ult or a rush or something to win. Because we've definitely, I think, done more damage than him. We could go to Trunks there, seal his rush. That's the end of his combo. I told this character was bad. All right, and that's it. I mean, his rush is sealed. He can't do anything, and that's GG. I should have went for the ult there, but whatever. Yeah, I mean, that was probably closer than it should have been. I mean, look how close he was on. Yeah, look at that. We doubled his damage, but that was probably closer than it should have been, considering I don't really think that Cell and Frieza's a good character, but the seal mechanic is just so strong. All right, so this is going to be the final match of this video. It is Beast Gohan on Future, it looks like. Based on what I'm seeing here, this doesn't look like it's that long of a fight. But yeah, this is the first time I am doing full commentary on a God Rank video. It's like an hour and 5-ish minutes here. So let me know what you guys think. Do you want me to continue doing full commentary on these, or do you prefer to have like half commentary, half just raw gameplay? Some people just, you know, don't even, I don't want to say don't like listening to me talk, but some people just prefer to have like a chill hour-long PvP session where it's like no commentary, and I understand that. So let me know what you guys want to see moving forward here, and hope you guys enjoyed this God Rank video. I will see you in the next one where we will be using the Daima team.